Today, I want to share with you how this number one growth killer for your business is actually destroying so many of the things that you're actively doing. If you can just hire this one person, it will be a game changer and change everything in the way that you operate and how you can scale your business, pull you out of the weeds, and really refocus you on the things that are really your unique genius and the things that matter. So, if you're new here, my name is Jen, and I've been an executive assistant for the last 15-ish years. Been some level of admin for about 25. I've seen pretty much everything that you can see in this business, and really just have a big heart for wanting to nurture and cultivate better relationships between executives and their assistants. And so today, I really want to dig in with you and break down how this relationship can truly change the way that you operate your business, can really elevate and help you scale how you think about things, how you operate, and generally just what you're doing on the day to day. So I think that there's a lot to be said about really feeling like what's essential to your business and how that can affect and impact everything that we do, right? So we look at everything that we do every day and we think everything that has to happen in the business is essential. And so many business owners have been really operating under this guise of I have to do it all because they always have. They've always been the one doing it all. So it's really difficult for them to take that step to be able to delegate things out to other people. But it's slowing them down so much because they're finding themselves really deep in these weeds as opposed to up here in this like 30,000-foot view to be able to see the whole business. So pulling somebody in that can really be that strategic partner that can see these fires, that can see these problems that are coming up along the way before you recognize them, having that person next to you to be able to pull you out of that is really going to change everything in the way that you can grow and scale your business. Decision fatigue, you run into that a lot. I feel like that's like one of the biggest things is that so many business owners really struggle with being able to make any kind of decision. They don't know, like, every decision feels like it's critical to the next thing. So it's like really kind of trying to help weight that decision, trying to decide, the things that are the little things that hold you back, being able to, like, you want to be able to be in every part of your business, but in so many ways it's just not really feasible for us to have to be in all these different places. So everything gets slowed down because before I can make a decision, I have to wait for, Joe to be able to step in and answer that question. And that's how your whole team is looking at things right now. So when you bring in this like really strong strategic business partner into what you're doing, into decisions you're making and how you're operating, you can send this person out as like a foot soldier in front of you to be able to really go to meetings for you, make decisions for you, take action items off your list to be able to just really, infiltrate everything around your business the way that you're doing things so that you don't have to be that person. You don't always have to go to all the meetings. You don't have to be the one to answer all the questions because this right hand partner, this team member, this really strategic player that's standing next to you can jump in and really take a lot of the reins off of, like, for you. I feel like there's the typical things that all EAs generally do, which I can guarantee that if you went through and you lined out every single thing that you do, whether it's on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, whatever, that you're going to really create this like brain dump, let's say, of just everything that you're doing. You can have parts of it where, these are the things that I love doing that like get me excited, that I, love about my job. And then you're going to have the other side of things that are really just constantly draining you, the things that just kind of make you dread your day going into them. And most of us are going to see things on that list, including things like, managing your inbox, mapping out travel, researching, all of these kind of things. And those are all things that a good EA can do, right? Coming in and communicating on your behalf, whether it's managing your inbox or just, reaching out to vendors, contractors, clients, whatever. Like, this person is going to be that person to be able to come in and do that for you, to manage your travel, to organize things, to set up good itineraries, to make sure you're where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, all of those things. One really, really big thing that I think gets fully looked over as something that a good EA is really like strong at doing is research around things. I can't tell you throughout my career how many times I've been asked to go, like, hey, we're considering switching CRMs. We're currently using this one, but we're thinking about shifting over to this one. Can you go and like just dig in and learn about both sides and see the pros and cons around it and what's good about it? And having a good EA be able to go and do that and come back and present that well so that you can understand it, that's a huge thing that a lot of EAs are really good at that just is not being utilized well. It could be things like managing your priorities. I can guarantee you that almost every exec I've ever talked to so I can guarantee you're in the same boat, is that you're notoriously good at writing down the things that you have to do this week, but then execution is the problem, right? Like, so it's like I could say right now, I'm going to start working out every single day. And if I say that to you right here in this conversation, hey, I'm going to start working out every single day, and that's the last action item I take around that, it's not going to happen, right? But a good EA is going to be able to come in and say, okay, like you're planning to work out every day. All right, let's put it on the calendar tomorrow. What can I do to help set you up for success? My last exec, we actually had to go in and pull out, have like a fitness trainer come in physically to the building and be in his way every time he walked to his office. So, what kind of things are holding you back in that way? So that makes you more of that bottleneck, because it's like you're holding yourself back from being able to make these decisions. So having this person step in to be able to like kind of bridge that gap to really just get you out of the way is ultimately what I feel like a strong EA can do. So you'll really be able to see a lot of changes coming the way, like as this solid EA, as this solid team player kind of gets integrated and really put in place into this role, you're going to see so many shifts happen within your business. Like, I always say, it's funny because I hear a lot of executives talk about like, how can I see the ROI? And I feel like that idea about them being able to line out your priorities and help you really get that figured out and dialed in is a huge one that you can just go through and you can see right now. If you went through and you graded yourself on how well you're landing your priorities, I would imagine most of them are going to come in as fails, or at least like incompletes, right? A fail sounds terrible, but I mean, like going through and saying it's incomplete, I didn't finish that. Once your EA and that like strong strategic partner really steps into that role, you're going to see so many of those turning into positives, turning into like what we call greens, right? Like, it's green means go, it's finished, it's done, I've wrapped that. And by the end of the week, you're going to be able to see, like, the more and more of those you see green, you'll know that your EA really, helped you accomplish those things. Because before she was there, and I know she is like sexist, but most of us are female, that you're going to see more of those things changing to that green color because you know that you finished these goals. Not to mention how, EAs are generally really good at creating process. So it's like being able to come in and say, like, okay, I've done this thing several times already. Like, maybe it's even more than once. I always say, if you do it more than once, it's got to become a process. So being able to like really implement processes, because so many founders, so many executives have this like, I hate the way that everybody frames everything as ADHD, but it's like shiny object syndrome. It's like there's so many cool things happening over there, I need to be doing that. And there's so many things doing this. And just you find yourself pulled in so many different directions. Your EA can help focus you by really keeping those things on track. But at the same time, stepping back and saying, like, okay, like, we've done this twice now, we should probably make a process out of that. So being able to pull things out of your head and developing these processes and lining these things out, so the next time you do it, you can do it the same way, and you don't have to remember how you did it or restructure it or figure it out again, because it's built out now. So clarity, cleaning things up, really, documentation, keeping things on the same page. I really feel like EAs can really be strong culture integrators too. A lot of executives that I know are like notoriously just like hustles, right? Like, they just hustle, hustle, hustle all day long. They hustle to the next thing. They have trouble stopping and celebrating the wins and being excited about what's coming next, like, or what they just did. Like, they don't stop and celebrate that. So instead, they just keep moving through, which makes it really difficult to document the things along the way, but it also makes it really difficult to intentionally build culture, like, positively within their business, to help the team want to be there, right? So a good EA is good at kind of helping build that out, helping really bring in, more intentionality into the way that we operate within our business, with our team, with our community. Again, this role, like, not having somebody in this position, not being there to like fill that void, it really is this like number one growth killer for your business. You making that active decision daily, even if you don't feel like it's a decision because you're just doing it, not having this role filled is genuinely killing your business. Every business coach I've ever talked to, every person I've ever like really dug in with around growing and scaling a business, has always said the first hire you want to make is an executive assistant, because they will truly unlock you to be who and what you need to be in order to really grow and scale your business. They're going to put fires out for you, so you don't have to be that chief fire officer. You're going to have somebody there stepping into that role to put those things out, somebody there to really like unlock you and really help you generate that like true level of excellence that you can hit. But right now, you just find yourself constantly in the weeds, putting out fires, doing all these things that you shouldn't be doing. I've had a lot of executives always say that if you find yourself doing like these like, $10, $20 an hour jobs, you're doing the wrong things. Like you shouldn't be focusing on these lower tiered things that feel like they're small potatoes. You shouldn't be doing them. Let somebody else step in that's better at those things, because the reality is that if the chances are good you're not good at managing your inbox. The chances are good you're not good at booking travel and finding good deals and organizing things cohesively and coherently. Like finding somebody else that loves those things, that's good at those things, let them come in and show their unique genius and be that for you and really elevate your business and who you are to be what you need to be in order to grow the business. If you feel like this is you, if this resonates with you and you feel like you really find yourself in this position where you know you need to have a second set of hands, go to our website, thekickassistant.com, schedule a discovery call with us today, and we can walk through how we can help you find this perfect fit. This perfect fit beyond skill set, but truly like an A player, a true like business partner that has the right, that we can build and grow the right relationship around, the person that we know can be the right fit that can elevate you and your business today. So head over to thekickassistant.com today, schedule a call with us so we can dig in and help you hire. We can help with coaching. We do coaching around working with executives and their assistants to help really get that level that you want them to be. And not only that, but to help you learn to utilize your assistant well. We are working on building a Skool community so that we can really have a solid mastermind and a place to go for other assistants to work together and really build that peer-to-peer network. And we also are offering fractional support now, so that if you want to hire an assistant for a temporary, fill while we help you find somebody permanent, we offer that as well. So definitely dig in and see what we have to offer on our site, thekickassistant.com. See you there soon.